Okay, so something has you curious about one of the top-rated master plan communities in the North Dallas area. So we're going to take you through it in just a bit, but you might not know about the one thing in this neighborhood that makes it different than anything else we've ever seen. So what is it about Windsong Ranch that has so many people flocking to it? First of all, the area is a huge space. It is 2,000 acres in totality, with 600 of those acres being open space. And a lot of people are really enjoying just the opportunity to be outside, to be kind of community, to ride bikes, to, if you have pets, take them on a walk. If you have kids, just to get them outside and enjoy nature. So a lot of people really appreciate the fact that there's so much open space in Windsong Ranch. So they've got a few lakes, they've got some wooded creeks, some pocket parks and parks built in. There's hike and bike trails, there are outdoor fields, and then on top of all of that, you can enjoy top-notch, really resort-style amenities within your own neighborhood. So the motto, or the tagline, whatever you want to call it, for Windsong Ranch is, once you're here, you'll think every place else is just ordinary. So you can see if that's how you feel by the end of this neighborhood tour. So one of the things that make Windsong Ranch, and I shouldn't even say one of the things, it's the thing that sets Windsong Ranch apart from a lot of the other master plan communities, and heck, really just any of the other neighborhoods, is called the Lagoon. And the Lagoon is a 5-acre, they call it a tropical paradise, and it's basically just crystal clear water, as you can see. And it's just a new addition to the community that residents are really loving. So you can swim, you can paddleboard, you can just sit out on the beach there. And this is a residents only facility. So it's not something that just anybody can go to. So it's a great offering for people who want to kind of feel like they're at the beach, but they don't want to deal with the salt water or anything like that. And it's separate from the pool. So it's just another offering that is unique to Windsong Ranch and is just something that's a little bit different. So that something, if you're an outdoor kind of person and you like to paddleboard or stand up paddleboard, kayak, things like that, then it might be something that you check out and look into. There are sections of the lagoon that are 9 feet deep, and then there's also some little expansive beaches where you can kind of feel like you're actually at the beach when really you're just in your own neighborhood. You can rent the paddleboards and the kayaks that we talked about. There's some pavilion areas that have grills that you can use if you wanted to just enjoy a little lunch or maybe a little, sunset dinner while you're at the Crystal Lagoon. There's beach volleyball, and then there's also a children's play area. So another feature of Windsong Ranch that the residents seem to really appreciate is the fact that there's a lot of things just right in the area where you really technically don't even have to live the development to do things like grocery shop, get gas in your car. So there's a Kroger marketplace, there's a Panera Bread if you just need to grab a lunch or something, meet for somebody for coffee. There's a Starbucks right there. There's a gas station. There's obviously a couple of other things in the shopping center, but it's nice that it's all right there. So you don't really even have to go. You might even be able to ride your bike if you wanted to. So another feature of Windsong Ranch that people seem to be appreciating is just the convenience of everything being right there. That's one of the things about a master plan community that some people just really look for, is that everything is on site. So with Windsong Ranch, one of the things that is on site is currently the elementary school. And so Dallas, we've talked about before in one of our previous pros and cons videos, really seeks to have a strong school system. So Windsong Ranch is in the Prosper ISD school system, and you can look up its ratings and see how it stands, but it's known as being a really strong school district. And so currently there's an on-site elementary school. There's also a Montessori school within the development, a Primrose daycare in the development, and a Catholic school. And then there's future plans to add in a second elementary school, a middle school, and even down the road, its own high school. So everything will be very convenient. Kids, depending upon obviously the location you're comfortable, they can walk to school, they can ride their bikes to school. And so it just kind of adds to that, kind of small town community, even though it's kind of a large development. So when you first pull into Windsong Ranch, you come up to what is known as the Commons area. And this is kind of one of the central hubs of just the community. And in that Commons area, you'll find an outdoor playscape for kids. There are patio tables set up, especially outside of the Windsong Cafe, where you can grab sandwiches, you can grab breakfast food like omelets and things like that. You can grab coffee and kind of some specialty drinks. And it's a great place if your family just needs to grab a little something, or you just need to pop in for a lunch or a smoothie, or maybe you've been at the pool and you just get a little hungry. So it's a really nice offering, and there's seating inside and outside as well. In that Commons area, there's also a huge covered patio area. So if you want to just sit down and relax, you can have a drink out there. You can just get out of the sun for a little bit if you want to. It's shaded, there's tons of seating. And then also in that same area is the pool, separate from the lagoon. And so the pool area has fire pits. It's got cabanas if you want to take a break from the sun, and there's kind of a few pools within that area. So can kind of separate if you like. In that same Commons area, they also have tennis and pickleball and basketball courts. There's a children's splash pad. There's a fitness center. There's an event lawn with the dock. And sometimes the neighborhood does lots of community events. Some of them are resident only, and some of them are kind of open to the general public. So that if you have a friend that you want to invite, or maybe you have someone who's thinking about checking out Windsong Ranch, they have the opportunity to do that. They have a wine fest. They've got what they call Bliss Fest. They have tailgate and celebrate. They've got exercise classes, water wars. They have actually won awards for their community events. And so there's plenty to check out, and just a way to get involved and meet people and just kind of enjoy a lot of the different amenities and offerings that they have within the community. There's also, indoor and outdoor lounging there. And then there's also a huge green space where you can just walk your dog, you can run around and burn off energy, whatever it is you need, and right along that 2-acre lake. So it's a really pretty space. So something else that's pretty cool about Windsong Ranch is they actually have a community garden. So after you come off the 2-acre lake, there is just sidewalk and green space, and then at the end of it, there's a windmill and a really pretty, just kind of native Texas garden area, and then 2 separate fenced-in community gardens. And so one of them is kind of more just, florals, and then another one is more like a vegetable garden. And so neighbors can rent out the different community garden boxes, and that's the one that you're responsible for, and you can grow whatever you want in there and just enjoy that garden center that's fenced in and free from rabbits or anything else that might get in there. So that's kind of a really neat feature, is the community garden. So if all those amenities, I didn't even mention the dog park, didn't check any boxes for you, then you might just want to enjoy the neighborhood itself. So right now there's 9 different builders in Windsong Ranch, and prices range from the high 280s up to 1 million plus. So there's a range of price points. There's a range of kind of builder style, which is nice. One of the things about a master plan community is that they don't allow same house, same house, same house, same house. So there's kind of some structure to the facades and the exteriors so that everyone kind of has a unique look. And there's a lot of variation in styles with the builders. And so you kind of have the opportunity to find the one that is a fit for you and then choose that builder. So that's kind of cool. There's sidewalks throughout the entire neighborhood. So that really helps people, again, just kind of get outside, get to know one another. And it just kind of gives you a nice space to get out there and do whatever you want. Roller skate, ride your bike, ride your skateboard, anything. So as we talked about, there's a lot of variation in Windsong Ranch. And that's one of the things that's kind of nice about a master planned community, that there are about 9 different builders currently in the development. And so you kind of can decide which one is within your price range, which one kind of fits the design style that suits you, and also just kind of the lifestyle that you're looking for. Some of the houses have smaller lots and bigger houses. Some of them have bigger lots. And then there's also a section called the villas that are garden patio homes. And so if maybe you travel a lot, or you just don't really want to keep up with a yard, then that might be a section that interests you, because they're really low maintenance in the yard area, and maybe a little bit smaller square footage, but there's just a great range of building styles, architecture, and price points, yard sizes, yard maintenance, kind of whatever it is that you might be looking for. Windsong Ranch just might have it. So let's kind of talk a little bit about the location of Windsong Ranch. I'm just going to be honest and say, for some people it's a draw, and for some people it's a concern. So it is on the 380 corridor, and 380 does get a lot of traffic, but a lot of that is because so many people are rapidly kind of moving into this area, and the construction just kind of has to catch up. And so currently they're kind of working on expanding the roads and kind of adding in some more lanes to kind of help alleviate some of the congestion that there might have been, especially when a lot of people moved out here surprisingly fast. And now they're kind of working again to kind of alleviate that. There's also back roads that you can take that kind of get you to the North Dallas Tollway and up into Denton. And then you can also get to McKinney, Salina, Aubrey. So Windsong Ranch, even though it's in Prosper, it is kind of in a central location to where you can get to other areas relatively easy, and you might not really have to battle the traffic too bad. That's another reason that people really love all of the on-site shopping and gas stations and food and coffee, and all of the great amenities in the neighborhood, because you really don't need to leave except to go to work. Another thing that's really close by, like pretty much at the entrance to the neighborhood, is a brand new children's health building. And up the street, there's also another emergency center. And so if you just kind of like to know, if you're one of those people that just, you want to know in case something were to happen, is there something close by? The answer to this one is yes. So the location of Windsong Ranch in Prosper is great, and kind of has, again, easy access to Denton if you go up 380, and then down 380 you can get to McKinney. It's pretty quick to get to Frisco, and again, it's probably maybe 10 minutes down to get to the North Dallas Tollway, which will take you pretty much anywhere you want to go in Dallas. Salina is also very close, and again, Aubrey. So it's a great little central location with a lot of amenities and a lot of really anything you need just right there where you live. So Windsong Ranch is a pretty cool master plan community. It actually won Master Plan Community of the Year in 2020 and has been winning awards, honestly, pretty much since it opened. So if you want to know a little bit more just about the specifics of the weather, the cost of living, and some of the other things in the area of Windsong Ranch, then just be sure to just subscribe to our channel, where we share all sorts of ins and outs about what it's like to live, work, and play in the North Dallas area. And we also have our video on the job market here too. So if you're thinking about relocating to this area, or just kind of looking in the Windsong Ranch area, then be sure to check out those videos to help you get a fuller picture of what it's like to live in this area.